Hello everyone, welcome back to MuleSoft real-time use case series. As part of this video, we are going to talk about the below use case. Okay. So I have given already assignment for you guys, like just to comment, okay, in the video, how many ways we can solve this problem. Okay. So we'll see one by one. There are many solutions. If you want to migrate from one database to another database, okay. So we are going to talk about this use case today. So here the source system is MySQL and target is Snowflake. The table contains 1 million records or 10 million records, whatever it is. If you want to migrate from one to another, so what is the solution? Okay. How many ways we can do this? That is what we are going to talk about in this video. So as part of this, the solution 1. So the basic solution, okay, we'll see one by one. So today, so there are around 6 to 7 solutions will come. So we'll talk about one by one and we will see what are the advantages and disadvantages, okay, based on the solution. So before this, so what we need to do is, okay, so you need to install either MySQL or Oracle into your machine in order to practice, and Snowflake account has to create, okay, account need to be created. So either you can go with MySQL or Oracle, any database, guys, okay. And here I am choosing MySQL and Snowflake. So how to install MySQL and Oracle? Again, you can go to our YouTube channel and type ViTech Talks MySQL download. Okay. So the very first link, you will get it. Okay. So you can click on this very first link. Anyway, I'll give you this link in the description. You can go through this and you can download. And how to create Snowflake account? You have already practiced so many videos. Even we have created this series for that. So for this, you can type MySQL, ViTech Talks Snowflake. Go to our YouTube channel and type ViTech Talks Snowflake. So here you can see Snowflake account creation free. Okay, just click on this one and see how we are going to create this. This will take 5 to 10 minutes to set up your system. Okay. Now, as part of solution 1, so here we have given us the source is MySQL. Okay, target is Snowflake, right? But so what I observed is, okay, so if you install MySQL, so it will be an empty database, okay, an empty database. So we need to store the data and again we need to extract. So that is the reason we need to go with, okay, so there is a sample data, okay, that is the beauty of Snowflake here. So once you create an account, okay, so there are multiple databases. There are 3 databases here. If you take any database, so here we do have schema. So inside this, we do have tables, suppose. So they have already created the tables for us. Okay, for practicing purpose. Suppose we'll talk about orders. See how many rows are it is available? 15 million rows. So no need to load the data. Okay, so for practicing purpose, the source here. Okay, Solution-1. Source is Snowflake. Okay, I'm going to take it as source is Snowflake. Target is MySQL. Okay, source is Snowflake and target is MySQL. Now, so before this, so what you need to do? You need to select, okay, what you are going to migrate. We need to decide which table you want to migrate from one database to another database. Okay, I want to migrate orders table from Snowflake. Okay, this is the first step. So you need to decide what is source and what is target, which table we are going to migrate. Okay, see, these are the factors, very important. Okay, now, so here orders table. Now, so this is available in source system, but again coming to target system, this is our target. You need to verify whether this table is available or not. If it is not available, then you need to create. We need to create empty table for this. Empty table. Okay, with same properties. This is very important. Same properties. I'll give you the query in the description also. Okay, how to do this. Okay, that's very simple. So what you can do is see, give description table orders. So it will give you all the columns. Okay, it will give you all the columns and what is the type. Just you can copy this. See, copy this. So first you can keep it into your notepad. Next, what is the type? Select this. Okay. Now you know how to create the table. Okay, create table, table name, and this column names. Okay. So how to create the table? It's very simple. I'll write it here, or else I'll make the query here itself. Okay, create table orders. Okay, close this. Just you need to copy this properties here. That's it. And after this, you need to place comma. See, this is one time setup. You have to do this. Okay. I'll see. So like this, you can create. See, you no need to bother about this. So order date, right? Okay. Order date is date. So in order to practice, this is very important. Okay. This is the table now. Just to copy this command or query. So what you need to do, as soon as if you open, okay, create one database. See, I have created one database that is called ViTech. You need to click on this use ViTech. show databases. You have to click this show databases. So in my system, there are 5 databases. It is available. Show tables. Okay. See, orders table is I have already created, but I'm explaining here how to create this. So instead of orders, what I will do, I'll create orders underscore test. Okay. I'll create orders underscore test. So it won't support, see, MySQL won't support number format. So here you need to provide integer. So wherever number is there, just you can replace with integer. That's it. That's very simple. Okay. Now select this one. Select this one. The table is created. Click on the show tables. See now orders is there. Orders test is there. Okay. We'll use orders test. Okay. We'll use orders test. Select start from orders test. So now the setup is done. So what are the things you need to do? First, we need to install MySQL or Oracle into your machine, and Snowflake account has to be created. So for this Snowflake, no need to install any software. Now you have to decide what is your source and what is your target and which table you need to migrate. Okay. Then the target, we need to create empty table for this. Okay. Empty table. So this is the query. I'll give you in the description too. Just you can do copy paste. Okay. Table creation is done. Now we'll start with the MuleSoft integration. How we are going to do this. Open MuleSoft Anypoint Studio. Okay. MuleSoft Anypoint Studio here. Click on new and create new Mule project and create configurations. See, what are the configurations it is required? Okay. You can take it and keep it into one properties file or YAML file. Okay. Now we need to use these properties. So what is our source first? Okay. What is our source? Source is Snowflake. Just type here Snowflake, or else you can go to Exchange and you can do. See, in order to migrate again, so first what we need to do, you need to select the records first. Correct. We need to select the records first. Okay. So whatever it is, first what we need to do, I'll select top 10 records from here. See, first what we need to do, we need to select. Okay, I want to load this first 10 records, suppose. So what we need to do, we need to select. So for this select, we need to use select connector. But here I'm using listener. I'm using listener. Here manual intervention is required always. Okay, I'll tell you how to do it in automatic way also. First, let's try to understand the solution one. Okay, the solution one today. See, if you understand this one, then the rest of the use cases, I mean, rest of the solutions are very easy. Okay. First, just you can configure Snowflake db.sfc. Account name. What you can do, just copy paste. With this setup also, you know already how to do this. Okay. So if you don't know, then what you can do is you can go to our YouTube channel. So here I have created one series with Snowflake integration series. Okay. You can go through that if you are watching for the first time. Then warehouse, database schema, user, password and role. And click on this test connection and we'll see whether you are able to connect with Snowflake or not. So the same way what we need to do is we need to take another database connection. See, test connection is successful. Okay. Click on OK. Now, in order to connect with MySQL database, so what you need to do, we do have add modules here. Add modules, database, or else what you can do, just type directly database. Okay. These are the database connectors. Just drag the select connector here. Okay. Select connector. So here you need to configure, either you need to select either it is MySQL or Oracle. Okay. Here you need to provide host, port, username, password, and database name. Okay. So here also you can perform test connection, whether you are able to connect with the MySQL or not. So this is very important, the first step. Now we know what is our source and destination. So let me write it here. Select, right? Okay. Source system. Correct. This is our source system. This one. Select. So as of now, I will keep it as select, but this is not required. Select MySQL. So here we need to decide either you need to use select or insert. Okay. This we will talk about later. So first, so what we need to do? So it's very simple. It's very simple. So first, so it contains how many records? It contains 15 million. But for testing purpose, what we will do, just let's try to test 10 records first. Okay. I'll hard code here. See, select top 10. Okay. Top 10 from order step. So what it will do, it will fetch all the 10 rows here. Now, so whatever you are getting, okay, you are going to insert into target system. So what is your target? Target is MySQL, right? So what you need to do, instead of using select, you need to use MySQL here. Okay, database config. You can use the same configurations here, and let's remove this. Okay, database config. So here, the very important thing, you need to write. So what you need to do, you need to write insert query. So how we are going to insert normally the values. Okay, in order to insert, so how we are going to do? So by using insert query, right? So insert the same way. So how we have done for how we have done for create table, right? So we do have already column names. So by using this, you have to set up, okay, how to do this. So that's very simple. Just take all this, okay, just take all this, the insert query. Insert into, so what is the table name? Orders test. Orders test. Table we are going to create. open the braces. So inside this, just paste the all columns here. So these are the columns. Correct. Next, keep comma over here. The next solution and all you can copy paste for this. Okay. So because we are doing for the very first time, so that is the reason I'm explaining this. Insert into table name values. See the values normally how we will give 101 some key something like this, right? But here we need as a dynamic way. So for this, what you can do is just copy the same properties here, the same properties, give colon here. Okay, give colon. See if you have 50 rows, then you need to prepare like this. If you have 20, then you need to prepare like this. That's it. See, there are minimal changes always. Okay, you can copy paste, but there are minimal changes. It is required now. Okay, cool. Copy this, copy and paste it here. Okay, copy and paste it here. Or else you can copy, in the properties file, and you can use it. Okay, as of now, I'm keeping here. Now, the input parameters. Okay, so just you can keep the payload. I will tell you. Okay, payload. So what is the payload here? Okay, we'll talk about this now. So what we are doing? So we are selecting the data from Snowflake and we are doing insertion here. Correct? Okay, insert. Target system. Now we have configured source system and target system. But here, in between, you have to perform an actions. Okay, what we need to do is, so whatever the data you will get, you need to transform, right? Okay, you need to transform. So you can use, transform message here. See what it will do. See, it's already there. Okay, see the payload. So how the payload it will come. Okay, it will give the array of objects. If you want to transform, you can use it. You can use this. Suppose I want to perform as JSON. Just observe here. Just you can see directly you can give payload. Okay, if you give payload, okay, automatically the entire values it will get stored. But here if you want to change, suppose in this object, so you can do change order key. Suppose see like this you can map it. So you no need to write order status. You want to map it like this, total price, something like this. Okay, something like this you can do. But here anyway it's already giving an array of objects. In this case not required this one. Anyway, I'll comment out, toggle comment. Okay, as of now. So if it is required we will use. Then suppose if we have 10 records, you want to process one by one, 1 2 3 4 5 up to 10, right? So how we need to process? So in this case we need to use for each. So what it will do, it will process one by one. Okay. So inside this for each, you need to keep this insert and target system. Okay. Insert and target system. And finally, I'm going to keep it as one transform message like just use JSON. Just will type records inserted successfully. Now, so how many records we are going to migrate as of now? Just only 10 records. First, always try to, okay, let me debug, okay. First, always try to keep it in a simpler way, okay. So don't keep all the records here, okay. I'll tell you what is the problem here if we keep only select star from orders, because we do have 15 million records. If we give this one, it will take around 5 to 10 minutes to connect this, okay. That is the problem. So that is the reason I have given. See, even if I go to Snowflake, select star from orders, correct, select star from orders. Just observe here, if I run this query, how much time it is going to take. 5 seconds, 6, okay, 10 seconds. See, even though 11 seconds, it displayed only 10,000 rows, but we do have 15 million records. Then you can consider, okay, so how much time it is going to execute. So normally we will get the timeout issue here. Even though if we have bulk, right, okay, we should not keep select star from orders. Okay, that we will talk about later. Okay, first let's try to understand this, whether we are able to insert the records first, at least 5 to 10 records. Okay, no rows. So what is the resource path I have given? Okay, data migration use case 1. Okay, go to Thunder client. Let me prepare new collection for this. Database use cases, I'll keep it. Solution-1 localhost 8081. Just we need to trigger this URL. See, it came here. Okay, as soon as if you trigger. So what is the payload? Payload is empty because we are not passing anything. So after perform select operation, the values, I mean, the payload will get changed. See, what is the size of payload now? 10 values. Okay, you need to process all those 10 values, right? Okay, all those 10 values. Then we need to use for each here. So if you want, you can keep the loggers also. Okay, so it will go to inside. See, the first record itself, it is failed. Okay, you have an error. Use near values. Okay, at line number 12. Let me fix this one. What is the issue? This is the key, order key, order status. Okay, let's try to see here. What is the payload? The same values only. Okay. We'll see this query. Okay, let me copy paste here. Okay, see at the end. Okay, no need to keep this comma over here. Okay, might be that is the reason. Okay, let me stop it. I'll add one more logger inside. Inside for each. Counter. I'll keep it. Okay, how many records we have processed? So I want to know. So that is the reason I'm going to keep it as this one. So what we are doing here? So it's very simple. So this is our source now. Snowflake is our source. Target is our MySQL. MySQL. So here we have used listener. Okay, whenever I want to migrate, okay, whenever I want to insert data from here to here, I need to go to under client or postman. I need to trigger this. I need to trigger this. Is it a good practice? No, it's not a good practice. See, if we have 15 million records, so how many times you are going to, how many times you are going to hit this one? So that is not a good idea. But anyway, first we need to test it out, whether all the records are, whatever we have selected is going to insert or not. So that is the reason we have used listener here. So by using listener also we can do that. Okay, just observe here. It is deployed. Click on send. So every time it will select only first 10. Okay, it came here. So the payload size, okay, fine. So still we do have an issue at line number 12. What is the line number 12 here? Copy, take new one. See what is the line number 12? Yes. So here also it is missing. It's my bad. Okay. Just do save it. Let's get restart. Okay, this is the correct query then. Okay, let me try to debug. So trigger the URL or endpoint. Okay, it came here. Okay, for each first record. Okay, it seems okay, one record it is inserted successfully, but if you want to check, you can go to target database and see one record, it's already inserted. Now second record. Okay, so if you observe this one, you can able to see this 1, 2, 3, 4 records, 5. Okay, so inside this for each, what it is doing, it is taking all those 10 records and it is processing one by one. Okay, it's processing one by one. Correct? See, after completion of all those 10 records, it will come out of this and we can able to see records inserted successfully. So how many records? 10 records we have selected. So that is the query which we have written. Okay, 10 records, right? You can go here. Okay, see the first test condition is successful. Okay, cool. 10 records we have successfully loaded. Now what you need to do is, okay, I'll remove this transform message here, not required. Suppose in the insert query, if these values are different, then we need a transform message here. We need to transform from one payload to another payload, or if you want to change the variables, then it is required. Then I'm going to remove this one. See, if I run this API, okay, or this program, so every time what will happen? Every time only the first 10 records is going to insert. Every time, always top 10 records are going to insert. But how many records we do have? So here is the problem. We do have 15 million records, correct? 15 million records. But in order to achieve this one, okay, we do have offset and limit. Okay, we do have offset and limit. The user has to pass offset and limit here, but that is also not good practice. Anyway, we'll learn step by step. Now you know how to load 10 records. How to load 10 records. So directly you can go to select connector and give top 10 here. Top 10. Now we are going to see how to use this offset and limit. Okay, offset and limit. Select start from orders. Offset. I'll tell you what is offset and limit here. First, let's try to execute whether it is working or. Okay, limit 10. Okay, first we need to provide limit, then offset, I think. Okay. See what is happening if you give top 10. Okay. So the topmost 10 records, it will get displayed. Okay, what is the value here? 217 and 218, right? So if I give offset, so it will skip those records. Okay, if I want to skip, suppose first time you have processed 10 records, so the next time you want to process next 10 records. So what we need to do is, okay, you need to pass these values. Okay, first time, suppose you can consider you have processed 2 records. I have given offset 2. Okay, just try to understand this one. See what is the value you will get, 218 or 219. Okay, 218 or 219. See, from 219, it is going to display. Okay, this will work. So what you need to do, you need to set this query. Okay, you need to set this query. So instead of this one, select top 10. What we are doing here, input parameters. What is the limit value? Okay, limit, input limit. Okay, so we'll pass it via attributes dot query parameters. I'll pass it via query parameters. Where is this? Yeah, query prompts dot limit. Now offset, I'll keep it as INP. It means input limit input of offset. Okay, attributes dot query parameters dot offset. Okay, so the user has to pass always limit and offset. Okay, how many rows you want to process. The limit, input limit, offset. This is the query. Now let me prepare offset. So limit is 5. I'll keep. Let's try to hit offset and limit. Okay, it is not accepting. Invalid row count in the limit class. Okay, fetch size is there, maximum rows are there. Okay, let's see. But this same query, it is working in limit 10 and offset is something, right? Okay. So this is working fine here. So the limit and offset dynamic way of passing in a Snowflake, it's not working. So what we can do is, okay, either you can keep that query into, configurations, okay, select start from orders, or directly also you can write it here. Okay, take one variable here. So inside this variable, just append, okay, select star from orders and limit. Okay, what is the limit and offset we are passing? Okay, you have to keep it into one variable. Then the same variable we are going to use it here. That's it. Okay, so directly it is not working here. So that is the reason what I did is I have written the query. So if you want, you can write the query into here also. Okay, so instead of doing this, what you can do, select star from orders. Okay, that will also work. Now let me run in a normal mode. So meanwhile, what I will do, I'll delete the records. MySQL or bench, where it is. It's loading. So the password is root. I'll open the query here. Open recent one. Okay. Test.sql. Yes. Use ViTech. Select star from orders. Not orders, right? Okay. Orders test. Select star from orders and test. There are some records. Okay. I want to delete this. Okay. Now there are no records. Now there is no records. So what we can do is now we can go to Thunder client. Okay. So the very first time, okay, it should start from 0, right? Okay. You no need to skip anything. So the limit I'm going to keep it as 10 records as of now. We'll see. See records inserted successfully. So how many records are inserted? Select star from orders test. We'll see now. See there are some records. Okay, what I will do, I'll keep a count on this. Select count of star from orders test. Okay, how many records are inserted here? There are 10 records. Correct, 10 records. So what is the change we have done? Just observe here. Just you need to create one variable. So inside this variable, you have to append the query, okay, with the limit and offset. So whatever we have written earlier. So the same query, we are going to use it here. That's it. But the rest of the things are same. But here, just observe. Okay, I want to load. Okay, 10 records are fine. Now, I want to skip 10 records. Then I want to store 100 records here. Okay. So first 10 is skip. Okay. Next limit is 100. Just observe here how much time it is taking. See, to process 100 records itself, it is taking 6.99 seconds. Okay. See, 110 is there. Now again, I want to insert. Again, I want to insert. Now you need to skip 100. I'll keep it as 500 here. Okay. So next 500 records I want to insert. So it is loading. Okay, that means in the back end, it is processing. I'll go with count star. See, 447 is there. Okay, still it is processing the records. I mean, it is taking the records. See, it is taking how many seconds? 18.66. Just observe the time also. Okay. Now, this way we can do it if we have less records. If we have less records, but we do have, you can think of 1 million records, 1 million records or more than that. So how many times you are going to click on the send button? Okay. Every time you need to click on send, right? Okay. That is not a good practice. That is not a good practice, but try to practice this one. First, try to understand how the data is loading. Okay. How the data is loading. Today I have explained two methods, right? Okay. Two methods. In the solution one itself, okay, the solution one itself, there are two methods. One is by using top 10 rows or 100 rows. Okay, top 10 rows or 100 rows. Then another one is offset and limit by using this. Okay, try this one and observe how many records you are able to load. Okay, and suppose if I give here, okay, if I give already 1000, right? Suppose how much time it will take. You can consider like, okay, there are 30 seconds it will take. So every time the first offset, okay, 100 it will skip, but every time you have to remember these values, offset and limit. So this is like manual intervention is required always. So the user has to enter the values, but I don't want to enter any values as an input. See, 1146 were loaded. Okay, again, see, 1414, the count is okay. Keep on, it is increasing. So whenever you hit, but if you don't provide offset and limit, what will happen? Okay, it will take entire records. Okay, it will take all the records. 1 million records it will take. Okay, for fetching 1 million records, it will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes taking itself. Okay, taking itself. But loading again, it will take 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, that's not a good idea. Okay, so the best practice next session we are going to discuss. So far, you can practice this one. Okay, if you have any questions, please do comment in a comment section so that I'll happy to assist you. Thanks for watching this. Happy learning.